Here is the story of an exciting scientific collaboration around a virtual reality project. In 2016 in France, students and researchers in computer science and art invented, collaborated on and developed a multidisciplinary project for almost a year. On the initiative of researchers in these two disciplines, 3 students with musical and artistic training and 4 computer science students chose to take part in this exciting adventure. When the project was presented, the students were faced with the following problem: how to apply the concepts of virtual reality to an artistic field such as music. The objective was to create a virtual reality application, combining images, sounds, navigation and interactions with objects, and which will be presented at the Day of Music and Science, an event organized each year in the autumn by the Computer Science Laboratory, and which is aimed at a general audience. The students, who were involved from the very start and were supervised by the researchers behind this project, came up with the idea of proposing a journey through the history of music across 8 periods, from antiquity to the present day, using virtual reality. Each period is associated with an original musical creation based on the subject or theme of Bach's The Art of Fugue, incorporating the rules of composition of the era, plus an interactive visual environment illustrating each of these periods. The 8 periods were selected based on the traditional division of the history of music. Bach's The Art of Fugue was chosen, among other reasons, as it was simple to rework in the style of each era. The students split themselves into working groups depending on the expertise of each person. To begin with, it was necessary to define the foundations of the project, write the scenario, then decide on the development and creative stages, both on musical and graphic level. Throughout this project, the researchers advised the students during all of the development stages. Meetings and regular reviews enabled the group to divide up the tasks between them, to develop their areas, and to compare and combine the results of their work. The musical composition and the creation of the interactions, which were devised as the project went along, took place simultaneously. The first interaction created was movement, either within the virtual universe or between the different periods. This resulted in a linear succession of rooms with a navigation based on a combination of natural walking within the physical space and a joystick-driven navigation. Sometimes the interactions were chosen because of the music, as was the case for the Renaissance music, with the change in the dimensions of the room making it possible to alter the resonance of the choir of voices. And sometimes the music was composed around the interactions that were thought up. This was the case with the 2 versions of the Romantic music, reflecting the 2 atmospheres, the ballroom and a Friedrich painting in the secret room. The results were tested in virtual reality both on a headset and life-size in a large immersive room, which enabled them to move and interact in the virtual universe of their creation. The technical choices were validated by these tests. Several ideas were tested before agreeing on those that were the easiest to implement and would be the most enjoyable for the end user. Following some adjustments and development optimizations, the Evoluson project came to life. This evocatively named immersive journey was presented to the public at the Day of Music and Science in 2016. The students and researchers were also able to let people discover Evoluson during various educational initiatives for college and high school students, or at events focusing on the relations between arts and science. The Evoluson project is an original creation at the crossroad between art, culture and science. The numerous interactions and immersion enabled the users to get involved in the historical visit and to soak up the visual and sound elements. A magical dimension made possible by virtual reality, and one that calls upon the visitor's emotion and imagination.